Hi guys, I want to do something a little different on my channel today and introduce you to someone near and dear to my heart. She's already made a cameo in a few of my vlogs, and that special someone is my Mustang Minnie driver. Let me give you the full tour. So it's probably kind of windy out here. I parked up in the hills, so I just wanted to have a sort of a pretty little vista to take you guys and introduce you to my baby. So I'll get inside the car in a minute so it won't be as windy, but I just wanted to show you. She's got like a cherry red paint with the black racing stripe. Got Mustang rims. I have a Minnie Mouse theme, which we'll talk about more, but there's my little Minnie Mouse antenna topper. I'm trying to hide my license plate, obviously, but I have this cute Minnie Mouse. It's like a sparkly license plate frame. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like when I have the top up. There's like a tan top on my car. And I love my Minnie Mouse sun shield. It's so cute. So here's the interior. You can hear it's a loud car. It's really not an ideal vlogging car because it's so loud. But it's decked out with like the GT chrome speakers. Oh my gosh, I put my seatbelt on. Our Minnie's gonna yell at us. It has like the chrome buttons here that was already installed before I got the car, but obviously anything that's Minnie Mouse was all me. So I have this Minnie Mouse steering wheel cover. So cute. It has like the retro Minnie. It says Minnie Mouse, kind of hard to show. There's like flowers. But I love that it's like a pop of red. Obviously, I picked the Minnie Mouse theme because red matches my car. Ooh, and my nails. Up here, I have a Minnie Mouse visor thingy. And I just have a few things in it. I've got a pin. Obviously, I'm like always going with the theme. And this is a pin from Disneyland. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Yep. And I also have a parking ticket from Disneyland because it was just like a fun day and I just like to remember going there with my hubby. I have some business cards here for my writing company and for my YouTube. So if I make a random friend in my car, I can share that. I have this button. I've had this since high school and I didn't know that it's like actually a dirty reference. I had never seen that movie, so I just thought it was like a sweet pin, like I love you. So I don't know, I always carried that with me. It used to be on my backpack. So that's my cute little Minnie Mouse visor thing. Almost all of this is from Amazon, so I will share it. Over here, I have one of these little things that holds your sunglasses up. That is the one problem with it. This was actually in the first car I ever bought. The previous owner accidentally left it or left it on purpose. And I've had it ever since, and it's red, so it matches my car. And then on the other side of this, I made a little Minnie Mouse air freshener. I got this at, you know, Bath & Body Works just has those basic car fresheners. This was just a plain black one, but I cut little ears out of craft foam and I made a little red bow and I just like glued it all on. It's kind of amateur, but it's really cute actually. Keeps my car smelling like coconuts. It smells so good in here. And I have this. This is from Disneyland. It's like a little emoji, like a little foam emoji, and I just hung it from my rear view. My phone has a Minnie Mouse case, but this one's actually pink, so it doesn't really match my whole theme. But I love this little stand. It's just adhesive onto the car, and then it has a magnet, and there's a magnet in my case, so it just clicks right on. It's so convenient. What else? You guys have seen my keychain before. This is my stereo. Nate actually installed this for me. It was so sweet of him, and it's really cool because you can change the color. So I have it red to match my car color. And then I have a little Mickey and a little Minnie here. They're just kind of keeping me company. They're so cute. I smushed them in this little pocket. And I also have my remote control for my stereo. Nate's like, why do you need a remote control? It's right there. But sometimes when you're sitting way back here, you just want to like adjust your music without leaning forward. Because this is an older car, obviously. I don't have like the cool audio controls on here. I'll talk more about that in a second. But this is aftermarket. I just got this on eBay. It's like a red gear shift that has the Mustang logo. Yes, my car is a stick shift. Yes, that makes me cool. Almost every car I've ever owned has been a stick shift. I just prefer it. I think it's way more fun to drive a stick shift. And guys are always way impressed. And actually, most of the guys I know can't even drive a stick, so I definitely feel cool. Okay, what else? In my glove box here, I only have one thing. I hate a messy glove box. Like on my husband's car, if you open this, 1,000 receipts and napkins would start spewing out and it's a huge mess. So my solution to that is I just keep this one portfolio thing in here. It fits perfectly. I'll show you what's inside. It's actually kind of messy inside. And this is something I used to use for planner supplies that I repurposed. So it has the months on it. I just disregard those. And the first one has like my registration and my insurance, so I won't show you those. But then back here, I actually just shoved things you wouldn't think would fit. Like I have this little first aid kit. This is a Starbucks cup that I cut the very bottom, and when I have the dogs with me, I give them water in this. I have my phone charger, and then I have a bunch of napkins in the back, like whenever I go to Starbucks and get extra napkins. So this just keeps everything so much more contained. I highly recommend it. You wouldn't think you could put like bigger stuff in one of these, but it actually works really well. Okay, then in my center console here, very organized yet again, because I just hate digging through here and getting like crumbs under your nails and like chain just flying everywhere. So I have some wet wipes tucked in the back. This little container is actually, I got it at Target as a, it's supposed to be for a locker, like a high school locker, but I use it as it was like the perfect size to fit in there. I have these mints from Savannah tucked on the side here. And then I have a hand sanitizer. Which scent is this one? Oh yeah, coconut, to match. Coconut's like my car theme. I have a bag of quarters for meters and emergencies. I have a lens cleaning cloth on this side. And then in here I have two kinds of gum. My favorite, mint chocolate chip and spearmint. Oops. My favorite lip balm of all time. You guys know it's the Agave by Bite Beauty, but Agave balm. And then I also have a lip gloss. This one is by Buxom. So you never know. That's like my little mouth section. Then I have this little thing of sunscreen because it is a convertible, and if I'm gonna put the top down, I'm in a tank top or something. Gotta protect yourself. I have, these are these cold calm tablets. If you ever feel a sore throat coming on and you take these right away, it helps so much to ward off a cold. So I keep these with me everywhere because I'm paranoid about getting a cold. I have a little thing of tissues. And then in this bit, I have my favorite hand cream of all time, Rich Girl, which has SPF as well. I have a face mist because it's me. So obviously, sometimes in traffic, I like to mist. This is the one by Herbivore. And I have a Tide paint stain pen. So that's everything in my console. I just love that this little container keeps it pretty organized and I don't have to like rifle through here when I need change or whatever. And then in the back seat, the only two things are my sun shield, which you guys already saw how cute that is. I love it. And I keep this little pouch. Let me show you what's in here. First of all, it's just really cute. It says Good Morning Sunshine. I think I got this at Charming Charlie's like years ago. But this is kind of like a little freshen up kit, I guess. I have a lint roller. One day I was headed to Disney on like literally the hottest day of the year, and I was driving there and I realized I forgot to put deodorant on that morning, and I was like, of all the times. So I stopped and got this little portable one, and I've just had it in my car ever since. So if God forbid that ever happens. And I also have a little perfume. This one's the Pure Grace scent. It smells so good. So those are just for freshening up. And then I also have a red scarf because sometimes when the top's down, if I want to protect my hair, I'll do like an Audrey Hepburn and wrap my hair up in this. And also if you need to like hide some valuables or something, you can throw that over it. Just comes in handy if I'm cold or anything like that. So that lives in the back seat. I don't usually have people in the back seat because you can tell it's a very tight squeeze, but I do like that I have the option. And then the back of this seat has a little pocket. Can you see it? There's a little pocket in the back of that seat. And I keep an old trucker hat, which also comes in handy when the top is down and I just want to get my hair out of my face and the sun out of my face. I have a CD. This is the only CD I own. It's the Baby Driver soundtrack. Such good driving music. I always keep this loaded up in my car. And what's the last thing in here? Some packing tape. Because if I'm ever running to the post office, this actually looks like it needs to be replaced. But I like to be able to, like, you know, package stuff up in the car last minute. So that's everything that's in my car. Did I show you guys these super cute seatbelt protectors? I got them on Amazon, but they ship from like Thailand or something and they took forever. But they have very cute little ears and her little signature. I love these. And with old seatbelts, you really need it. But yeah, so that's everything. I was just gonna tell you like kind of the history a little bit of my car. I've never owned a new car. I've never had a car that I had to make payments on. I know that's like so not YouTube that I don't have some bins that I'm paying like $400 a month for, however much. But I honestly do believe in budgeting. You guys know I have videos on budgeting and I'm not good at budgeting and something I work hard at. So when there is an area I feel like I can compromise, like I definitely do everything I can. And so one of the things I do is like I have an older car that I paid cash for. I don't have any payments on it. And then that's one of the ways I afford, you know, skincare and the other stuff I'm like passionate about. So I know you guys ask sometimes about how I afford 500 face masks, and that's one way. By the way, these are the sunglasses I keep in my car. They're like this cute little retro pair that kind of matches my theme. And I can't bear to be without sunglasses. It's very rare that I forget them. But in case I ever do, I have my little car pair. But anyway, these are my LeSpecs mirrored silver aviators, if you were curious. But so yeah, I've always owned older cars. It's just like one area that I compromise on with my finances for now. One day, hopefully, I can afford whatever, but in the meantime, I drive an old car. So this is a 2003 Mustang. I got it probably, I want to say like, I mean, I got it in Savannah before I moved here. Maybe in 2013? Yeah, it was 10 years old when I got it. So, okay, I got it in 2013. It was a 10-year-old car. I was able to pay cash for it, got it used, obviously, and that way I've never had to make payments on this car. So that is awesome. Before this car, I had another red Mustang. I think that one was like a 2000, maybe just 2000 or 99. And it was so beat up. The convertible roof was like, had so many holes in it. And I was living in Georgia where it rained every single day, in Florida, and it rained every single day, and my car always was wet because the rain was pouring in and it wouldn't start half the time. It was so beat up. But that was the car I had when I met Nate, and he also had a beat up black Mustang. That was actually legitimately part of the reason we were set up on a blind date, because it was one of the many things we had in common. So we both used to drive really crappy old Mustangs, but I loved that car. So when I finally got rid of it, I replaced it with just exactly another red Mustang. And if I can't afford a nicer car yet, by the time I replace this one, I would go for another red Mustang. I just love it. It just suits me. I remember my first day when I had my first Mustang, I got out of my car, and you guys might not realize this, but I'm freakishly tall. I'm 6 feet tall. And so I got out of the car, and this like sweet old guy who was sitting on a park bench and saw me get out of it, and he probably noticed I had like the new car glow, and he was like, "That car suits you, like a 6 foot tall blonde and a red Mustang. I like that." And that compliment always stuck with me, and I was like, that's so sweet. So I always feel like this car suits me. But before that car, my first car ever was like a 1980 something yellow Volkswagen Cabriolet convertible, and that car was so cute, but also had a ton of problems, tons of leaks in the roof. It's ironic that the only convertible I've ever owned that doesn't leak is this one, and I live somewhere where it never rains, so go figure. But that car was so cute. It had so many issues, And that car was a stick shift, so that's why I learned how to drive a stick shift when I was like 18. I bought that car in 2004. I had a job in high school working at Barnes & Noble, and I saved up money to pay for my first car cash, and I've just always done it like that since then. But that's why I learned to drive a stick, and so I always felt like that was like a cool, unique thing that I could do. It's also very good security, because they say a lot of car thieves don't know how to drive stick anymore, so I don't know. But yeah, so all of the cars I've ever owned have been convertibles. They've all been old and pieces of crap. No offense, Minnie driver. She's by far in the best shape, thank God. But she does have 148,000 miles, so she's been through some stuff. We had her shipped out to California when we moved because we didn't want to drive 2 cars across the country. I'm so glad we did it that way. If you guys are ever moving across the country, don't drive separate from your spouse. I'm so glad, or your partner, or your roommate, or whoever. So glad that we did that. And I'm glad I got to keep her because she's such a California car. It would have been a real shame to get rid of my red Mustang convertible and then move out here. But I guess what I was kind of trying to get at is, if you're like me and you're in a financial position where you can't afford like a fancy new car with like a huge monthly payment, or for whatever reason you just want to save a little bit, I think the nice thing about getting a used car is you can get something with character. That's why I always opt for, like, I've never had like a tan Honda. No offense to anybody that has a tan Honda, but I've always wanted a car that I could easily see in a parking lot, and I've always gravitated towards something with just like more character. And that's the nice thing about older cars, they do have a lot of character, and especially Mustangs, you know, they're sassy. So I love that about this car. I honestly have a bond with this car. Like, sometimes in traffic I'll just pat her on the wheel and be like, thank you for getting me through this, baby girl, you know? I think it's good to show gratitude and love for our cars. That's why I always name my cars. Like I said, this is Minnie Drivers. If you haven't noticed, when I have a theme, I'm like a dog with a bone, and I just can't let it go. So she's very Minnie Moused up. But I love that. I think that's so fun. And I told you in another vlog, like, I got that from my mom. She would always name our cars. Like, we had a white minivan, and she named it Vanna White. And that was really fun because you guys were telling me what your cars were named. So everybody comment down below like what you drive and what your car's name is. And if you haven't named your car yet, you really need to get on that. And it'll give you a better relationship with your car, I think. I know it sounds silly, but I swear gratitude keeps a car running well. Also, taking care of it. Yesterday I got an oil change, full belly of gas, and a car wash, and I was like, oh, that's a good girl. Are you happy now, girl? I'm so weird, but I do remember when I was a kid, my mom saying one day, because we like drove through the car wash and we got an oil change, and she was like, oh, it feels so nice, like the car is ready for anything now. And as a kid I was like, what? That's such a weird thing to say. But now as an adult I totally get it, and I do love that feeling. And I also love having a clean car. Like, every time I get gas, I empty all the trash. I don't know about your cars, but trash always like fills up in these side pockets. That's why I don't keep anything in there. And every time I get gas, I fill this up. Oh, my button came off. I gotta put that back on. Anyway, oh, and I forgot to show you, I always keep hair bands here because I hate not being able to put my hair up if I want to. Okay, I hope we covered everything. I wanted to be really thorough because I just felt like, for some reason, you guys needed to know what I'm driving you around in all the time. So, welcome to my car. Thank you for coming on this and every journey with me. So cheesy. We actually have a very fun journey coming up in this car. Stay tuned for my next video. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. It would mean so much to me and to Minnie Driver. And I'll talk to you guys in the comments down below. See you next time. Bye.